his goal had always been to live out west. And he does now half the time. Runs his business here in St. Louis half the time, and he's in his home in Cortez, Colorado half the time. He invited us out. We said, why not? But the house is it's simply beautiful. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's perfectly quiet, yet you have cell service and city water. So it's the best of both worlds. It's a hacienda type home on 35 acres. It's got Indian reservations and BLM land surrounding it. So no neighbors, quiet, peaceful, simply beautiful. Every now and then you hear a dog bark from way off in the distance. Other than that, no sound at all. The sun comes up in the morning over Mesa Verde National Park. There's the Sleeping Ute Mountain on the Ute Indian Reservation. Like I said, Mesa Verde National Park is there. It's just a beautiful park. We spent the day in there and hiking, exploring, visiting, relaxing in Colorado with the Maddog. It's wonderful to have friends and family living in other places, beautiful places, and then they say, please come visit me. And of course, you have to say yes. And I'm glad I did. And we will be back there lots of times in the future. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. But again, lots of hiking, exploring. He's got, on his 35 acres, he's got trails that he's built himself. And the topography is just beautiful, just beautiful. In fact, the whole area is on an archaeological dig. So it's protected land, and there's active archaeologists. I'm getting the words mixed up, but there's ancient Indian artifacts on his ground, and there's even the archaeologists have posted where they are. You can't really touch them or move them. You definitely have to keep them there, but they're there, and it's just beautiful, historic, wonderful. And the weather was unbelievably good as well. It gets cold at night, but as soon as that sun comes up, it gets up to 50, 60, 70 degrees every day. So we had a nice visit there. Then we went and drove back to Denver and flew home. And which is the reason why I've been a little bit lax on the podcast, because I was out with the trophy wife having a wonderful time. And when I got home, of course, I had a lot of catching up to do. The day job, the maintenance around here, just lots of catching up to do when I got back. So the podcast is a little bit late, but better late than never, right? Now, here's the other thing I wanted to tell you all about. Because earlier in the podcast, I said, look, you got to take vacations. You got to plan vacations. In fact, for me, planning a vacation is almost as fun as going on the vacation sometime because of the anticipation. You can do what's difficult in the day job or at your home just with the understanding that, okay, if I get past this, I can do that. And friends, we have vacations lined up for months to come. In November, that's next month, we're going to San Diego for a long weekend. I kind of soured on San Diego the last time I went there. We're going to give it another shot. Maybe I wasn't in the right frame of mind. Maybe I'm in a better frame of mind now. So we're going to check it out. November, San Diego for a long weekend. February, we're going back to Hawaii for an extended time there as well. We both loved Hawaii, but Hawaii to me is not one of those places you can go for an extended weekend or even just a simple week. You got to go for longer because it takes so doggone long to get there. But it's not necessarily expensive. Again, I watch Southwest Airlines. The trophy wife and I are both flying St. Louis to LAX, LAX to Honolulu, and then back the same way. $636. That's not one way. That's not per person. That's round trip, 2 people. $636 round trip, 2 people. And that was no special coupon. That was no special anything. That was just get on the website and book the flight. They had a sale. They wanted people to buy airplane tickets. So we did. So February is Hawaii. Late March, Tickets aren't bought, but we're 99% sure we're going to Miami Beach, because we haven't been to Miami Beach in a couple of years either. There's places we love, San Diego, Miami Beach, that we used to go all the time, but with this dopey COVID thing, we haven't been able to do it. Late March into early April, Miami Beach. And then by then, April, May, we start opening up the pool again, and then we're back into the summertime swing of things. How's that? And we're trying to take more time off, trying to do more of this kind of stuff because, well, of course it's fun and you need to do it. You need to recharge the batteries. But something else that I started thinking about, and maybe as you get older, you think this way, at least I do. But I started looking back on different events, okay? Events that happened some 20 years ago. And I thought to myself, wow, that just seemed like yesterday. But it wasn't. It was 20 years ago. But they still seem like yesterday. Now, let's use my famous if-then scenario, okay? I love using if-then scenarios. If 20 years ago seems like yesterday, then will 20 years from now just seem like tomorrow? Let me repeat that. If 20 years ago feels like yesterday, will 10 years from now seem like tomorrow? And depending on your age, maybe you do 5 years, maybe you do 10 years, maybe you do 20, maybe you do 25 years. But think of something in your past that just seems like yesterday, okay? Then think that same span of time in the future. Then think to yourself, how old will you be when you plug that number into the future? And it's safe to assume that you may well not be the person that you are today. In other words, don't wait until tomorrow to enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself now. Don't wait till later. Some stuff has to wait till later, sure. Be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Do yourself some favors. Treat yourself like you would treat your best friend. You do all kinds of stuff for your family, your kids, your grandkids. You do all kinds of stuff for all kinds of people. But so many people don't do anything for themselves. Do something for yourself. No mañana mentality. Mañana mentality means, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Mañana. And friends, mañana never comes. One day, it will be too late. One day, that ship will have sailed. You can't do this. You can't hike. You may not be able to fly. You may not be able to do a lot of things. And won't it be better to say, wow, I'm glad I did this, and that, and you have the memories, than the regrets of, wow, I never did this, or that. I just made money, and now it's in the bank. And now I can buy the fancy wheelchair where it's gold-plated. Nobody cares about that. Do what you want to do now. If you want to travel, find a way to travel. If you just want to spend weekends, if you want to get a place in the country, do that. If you just want to go camping, do that. If you just want to spend a long day at a public park, do that. But something different, something out of the ordinary, something that's enjoyable and something that is different from the regular routine. I can't stress it enough, folks. It's good for the mind. It's good for the body. It's good for the soul. It's just a good thing. Well, that's it. We're done. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. JamesStrongShow@hotmail.com. I forgot my email address for just a minute. That's the sign of a good vacation, folks. You forgot your email address. JamesStrongShow@hotmail.com. You send me your email. I will send you a link to the podcast upon publication. You can download it and you can listen to it at your leisure. That's it. We're done. Until next time, this is James Strong saying, Adios.